other results in the group. Let's talk England then, and this is the squad that was named for this fixture in the friendly with Scotland on Tuesday. I mean, Darren, there are players missing. We know that Trent Alexander-Arnold's pulled out, Grealish has pulled out, the likes of Stones and Shaw and others missing too. But Southgate's probably trying to really home in on his squad now for next summer. For you, what's his biggest area of concern? What area of the pitch?
I mean, centre-half is probably the obvious one with Harry Maguire. John Stones not being there. Harry Maguire, real lack of minutes. I mean, you talk about a guy who's not played any minutes this year. That would be probably the biggest concern, because it's almost like, what do? Do you keep playing him and giving him minutes, or do you try and look for alternatives? Because I think you've got the alternatives there. Mark Gay, he's had a good season at Crystal Palace. I like Levi Colwill, did really well at Brighton last season. There are options there. Lewis Dunk at Brighton, of course. Do you just keep giving him minutes because he's never let you down, or do you have to look for alternatives? Because I don't believe you can pick a player who hasn't played any minutes in a season for a major competition. I think you can get away with it with the likes of Ukraine, and that's no disrespect to Ukraine, but these type of games. But when you get down to the crunch of it, the thick of it, he's got to have a plan B, or it's that he might become unstuck. But I think that would be the one area I'd look at and go, have we got enough options, and have we seen enough players in that position? Because I don't think we have. It's
also the fact that we're early in the season, but Gary, if Harry Maguire is still not getting much action in 6 months from now, start of next year with the tournament months away, can he still play for England? Start every game?
Well, he can, but whether he's going to play for England effectively enough for us to win the tournament, because that's the pressure now, isn't it? Having got to very close in the last few big tournaments that we have. I think it's always difficult, isn't it, when you look at... You can see, obviously, he's got a good connection with Maguire, having been his captain for a while. You can see that sort of emotional bond, and as a manager, it's, I'm sure Neil will say the same, but sometimes you get players where you feel like you really want to pick them and you trust them. And sometimes it's not necessarily based on the soundest of judgment, but you just have a feeling they're going to do it, as opposed to someone like a Tomori that's been playing really well for AC Milan in European football as well in the Champions League, and looks to be, someone who could go in alongside someone like John Stones and form a really good partnership. But that's a challenge, and as a national team manager, unfortunately, you're the one getting judged, and you get judged by those big decisions, whether they're right or wrong.
I mean, you talk about Southgate trusting him implicitly, Neil. Does the fact that he is still starting every game, put that on one side, also point to the fact that Southgate's not convinced by the options of players coming through trying to challenge for that place?
I don't know if he's not convinced. He should be. Gary's just touched on Tomori. Played in the semi-final of the Champions League, played for AC Milan, the top of Serie A at the minute. Play him. Harry's depreciating all the time, Jules. Every week, every month, the less he plays. You need those minutes on the pitch. And the other thing is he's under